Hello my good students, welcome back to our total domination campaign on War on the Sea as the US Naval Forces, utilising the recent unlock of all of the ships available in both Tokyo Express mod and Operation Magazine. We now have acquired ourselves an Essex carrier, a late period loadout Essex carrier as well, with 40 Corsairs on it and 40 Helldivers as well, with a large array of Avenger torpedo bombers as well, which is a massive loadout. This means we can finally take the fights to the IJN forces ourselves and actually start sinking some truly significant shipping. We've got that Yamato to think about, we've got that Hizen to think about, we've got, I'm pretty sure we've seen a Nagato somewhere about, if I remember correctly, and we've definitely seen a good handful of carriers we've not been able to do much about. We did sink the Zuiho previously. That was more out of pure luck rather than any engineered strategy. So let's actually try and put something together now then. So our strategy going forward will now be to conquer Guadalcanal and bombard Santa Isabel and the Shortland Islands. That's now our mid-game strategy is what we're going to call it. But we're not in any particular rush to get there. We have about 90 hours until our backup supplies and troops from Australia come in to help with that, because they will have a massive amount of troops on Guadalcanal to defend it. So the longer we delay that and keep an eye on Guadalcanal to stifle their resources there will actually work in our favour at the moment, I think. Just need to keep active on that. So let's get to the strategic map and make some movements. Okay, so first things first, as ever, we didn't manage to sink this ruddy bloody submarine previously, did we? So let's do the same again, send out some bow fighters with Havar rockets. Can see one here. Unfortunately, we don't have anything particularly quick on Renault Island to sort that out, and it's going to be too long. It's going to go way off of sight by the time anything faster than the New Hebrides comes out to get that. Might as well try depth charges with some Casalinas there. Doesn't hurt to try. If they miss, then it's the same outcome as if we just didn't bother at all, isn't it? So at least we try. So we have made some movement plans here, just going towards Guadalcanal. So I think at the moment what we're going to do is park the Essex task force out here, outside the gateway to Guadalcanal. So then it can cover both the north area here, where the enemy likes to send battleships and carriers, and we can also, of course, cover Guadalcanal and go up to the Shortland Islands if we need to there. So the next order of business for command points is to perhaps either get a couple submarines, or to even get yet another fleet carrier, so it can watch over here. Perhaps a Wasp or something would do very nicely to watch Milne Bay and such. So what we're going to do is just move out, and I shall see you in just a second. Okay, so on the usual patrols once again, it does appear that we have a carrier task force. We are only armed with rockets with these bow fighters here. We're only looking out for cargo ships. So we're hoping this is misinformation from the fog of war once again. We'll see. It is fairly clear, so it might not be actually. And note, this is far too big to be a cargo supply. Let's see. We have... Ooh, looks like we have a Chitose again and a Congo this time. And it is a Chitose. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we have a Congo. They're sending everything out. Where's that Yamato group gone is what I want to know. I do want to deal with that. So we've got Takao, Mogami, a few supplies, no worries. We're certainly going to go for the Chitose here. So let's target that with everyone very, very quickly. Like so. Increase speed. Before we do that, we're going to take off fire at will. We're going to expect some roofs to come in, but we're going to increase our speed, lower our altitude to begin with, and just go straight at it. I do want to get a hit off on this. That would be brilliant. Whether we sink it or not, we don't know. We'll see. Fingers crossed, as ever. That's not looking so bad though. Just tell them to go in and attack like so. Tell these to go in early. They do like to do a little bit of a dive, no worries. I would like it if they increase their speed a tad. but we can live with it. So these guys going at a slightly faster speed by the looks of it. If we take an unlucky flak shell right here, there you go, there's one. Oh dearie dear. But I am really going to get these rockets off, to be honest. That is some very good hits there. Let's take a very quick report. Moderate and moderate, that's absolutely fine. Let's all form up, thank you very much. In a Vic, take that very quickly. Increase altitude by a fair old amount there. The best retreat path will be over to their starboard side and back to their rear. Considering the Wensho Maru doesn't have any AA and the Kamigawa does, just means we have less to worry about on this side a little sooner. Don't know how I feel about going in for a strafe over there now, to be honest. Might actually want to do horror of horrors and actually preserve our bow fighters for a change. That might make a bit of a difference in future engagements, but strafing the Wensho Maru, it's always a really juicy target. I don't know what it is about it. Just looks tasty, just looks juicy. But no, I think what we're going to do is preserve our fighters here. Good to take a report. Yes, preserve them. Don't want to lose any more because it will happen, and we can retreat out of there. We do have some distance. So what we're going to do is remove this mark, like so, and we're going to remove this one so we don't get confused, and put another one down there, pressing P. And what we're going to do is going to return actually with these. These lightnings do also have rockets. They don't have a lot of endurance though, so we're going to mostly use these for trying to keep contact at the moment. And once again, we're going to try and get Beauforts out, like so. And we do have access to a couple Sunderlands actually. Massive float planes there. Not the biggest payload there. Might actually prefer to take a greater quantity of Catalinas with greater payload for that actually. So have a look over there. The position of that particular task force doesn't suggest it's going for Milne Bay just yet, but we can't rule that out, can we? We have moved up with the Essex. We're going to start sending off some scouts of our own from that task force in every direction very, very soon. Just need to push up a tad further with that, I think, before we start. So let's go. Ooh, but just as I said, let's go. This does say one possible ship. Let's just double check this. What have we got? What have we got? Is just a Nippon Maru. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be alright there. What have we got over here though? These are the roofs. Okay. Got the roofs. You know what? These are very likely from Chitose. We can take these on. Might as well take on the roofs here. Save us some trouble later, I think. Because we've learnt our lesson from previous mistakes. And we're actually going to, just not be so myopic as a blind rat, to be honest. Let's go. Let's try and get people in on there. I'm sure more will pop up. Absolutely sure more will pop up. How many do we have at the moment? I didn't count. 5. Yeah, we'll definitely have some more pop up soon, I reckon. Absolutely think. Let's just change a few targets around. There we go. Let's just change that around then. This one can move over as well. Should be alright there. Unless we can't quite get the altitude. Yeah, on our approach there. See if we can get some early turning shots. Lost control of the manual fire there for a second. Does get rather stiff about when it wants you to fire your manuals and that. Might be able to get 2 there for 1. No, it would probably good idea to reduce your speed for that. Let's take that off. It's not firing into anything particular now. Gonna get on the flanks over here eventually. Yeah, let's just double check. Quickly pause. There's nothing on our flanks. Looks like this one's gonna go onto a lightning's flank here, and we can turn around and come over here as well. think that will do for now. Just need to stay on top of your orders, manage these dogfights. Just like that. Reduce your speed, maybe get a shot off or two. I didn't have quite the right camera angle to judge that one. Let's get some not allowed to manual here, unfortunately. Don't like it when you're actually going to be guaranteed hits. No worries though, no worries whatsoever. Should we go for this one over here? Reduce your speed a tad. Forget the max speed of roofs, but slowing down to help turns is the thought process here. Can we manually control this guy very quickly? I do want to get that roof. No, just can't quite get the altitude there. Can we really want to get into this group of roofs here? There we go, that's what it's about. Tiny bits of manual control and 2 are down. Let's turn into this one then. And what are you aiming at? Are you aiming at anyone? No, you're not. You have no orders. That is it's just suboptimal there. But you know, what's new? What's new for our playstyle there? Other than suboptimal. Can we? No, going a little too far, so we did pick off one. Maybe we can pick up that particular... No, can't quite get in there. That's not a problem. Let's turn around into this group again then. Okay, so this is taking just a tad too long for my liking. We can't get on anyone's backs here. Just going to take off far at will. And then what we're going to do is scramble around a bit, get everyone to form up into a massive group. And do like we did in... Come on. Do like we did in just a couple episodes ago. If we can, there we go. Try and play the altitude game here. Gets everyone to form out like this. Go at max speed, high altitude, just so we can climb and then dive back down onto the roofs, hopefully. I did spot a 0 in here. Here we go. That was a lucky pick. Zeros should not be coming from any land bases or Chitoses, at least. So this does suggest that there's a carrier about once again. True either fleet escort or true fleet carrier here. Not liking the idea of a true fleet carrier myself. Shall we now tell people to move around and get this guy on there? This one can come back around on this roof. Number 3 is at the front here, aren't they? Yeah, like that. This lightning appears to be on the flanks of some roofs, so we can actually take advantage of that. And move these over like that. Should be okay to do that there. Just turn around, should be alright. Let's get some early shots off here. Maybe we can get that when we're turning. Can't get a straight shot, but that's okay. We're going to move straight onto the roof in front by the looks of it. Looks like the altitude not necessarily favouring us there, so we're going to have to turn around and get that off. No worries for that. I'm a bit worried about the fact that we have a 0 in play though. That's rather scary. It is only the 1, which at the moment is not particularly worrying, other than the fact that you know, there could well be that carrier about. Could well be a carrier about. Very worried about that. And that's more, is it? That's a Hayabusa. Okay, so we've been here long enough for other planes to come here. Just want to deal with the roofs so far. If we can deal with them, I will retreat. Don't want to stay in a prolonged engagement here. That does appear to be it. Should we count 8? I was expecting it to be 9. One of these should be it. Yeah, there we go. Let's get 2 lightnings on there at least. That's brilliant. I'll bring this one onto the 0 actually. And while we're waiting, if anyone is in a good position to attack these Hayabusas, we might as well take an opportunity for that. So far it is only 3. Okay, let's get this on over here, I think. Yeah, if they're in a decent position to take that, I might as well, while these lightnings deal with the roof. Like to say, yeah, they're coming in greater numbers now. We were alerted, like we said, because we thought this came up as a carrier icon on the strategic map. What's happened there? Aircraft 2 has been downed. That suggests the roof has been downed. Yes, it is indeed. And I think what we're going to do then is actually form up, run away, once again, very honourable, and just altitude, please. No, not letting me. Interesting. There we go. Strange one. But yeah, altitude, run out, max speed, and we should be able to do that just fine. Okay, so we got out of that absolutely fine. The goal there, like I said, was to get rid of the roofs. We do, of course, now have these fighters tailing us, I imagine. But that's fine. It takes the attention away from our Beauforts and our Catalinas, hopefully. It does, of course, mean that once we're there, there's less roofs to deal with. So let's carry on and see if we can manage to spot that Chitose once again. And we have indeed spotted it. Actually, looks like it's going more northern rather than southerly towards Milne Bay, which is brilliant. We are once again going to try and hit this. It has retained the moderate damage to it, which is great news for us. So we're going to go straight in and just hit it, I think. No reason to waste time. We're going to go max speed down to about 300-ish. That's 230, I realise there. Not a problem. That is close to their true attacking altitude there with rockets. I'm going to go in once again with these two. No worries. Simple strike here. We just need to try and avoid the AA if possible, which is going to be difficult. We are already smoking on a few lightnings after the previous battle. But that should mean, the plan, like we said in the plan, shouldn't have so much to deal with now. I'm going to send these two in right now. This group can get on its rear just a tad more, I think. Just a tad more, and that will do for me. These guys can just go straight at it. Going to turn off everyone's fire at will in case anything irregular does turn up. Do get any interference. I'm expecting one of these to go down, unfortunately. One of them was smoking earlier there, the rear one was smoking. So we're not going to come out of this unscathed by any means. Getting some shots off though. Oh, magazine explosion! That is a downed Chitose. Look at that. There's a massive amount of hits there. Nearly got an accidental collision there as well. That would have helped. Every cloud has a silver lining, as they say. Let's turn out. Altitude up. All the way. Max speed. Run away. That should be going down. Nice, like coconut rice. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so now that that's down, I am thinking about being a tad greedy and seeing where this Wenshaw Maru ends up, because that will be the easier one to blow up rather than the Kamigawa Maru. Generally, we'll come back down, have a think, max speed, come down to a very low altitude there. Just target that so it's marked. It is very, very much in the middle of that formation though, isn't it? What sort of destroyer coverage do they have? Didn't really look at that. So we have a Hatsuharu there. We have a, not entirely sure, Kagero, Yugumo, perhaps. We have another Hatsuharu here. No worries there. So how are we looking with this? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? We have lost enough lightnings recently. That's right in the middle of their formation. I'm not going to go for it. We're just going to come out of here. So that's going more northerly. I'm going to try and keep some brief sight on that and just get our Catalinas a more direct order to that. And fingers crossed we keep sight with it. Speaking of sight, what we're going to do is launch once again some scouts. We're going to launch from the Pensacola. I forgot to actually rearm here, so we have lost something from Pensacola. That is going to come to bite us in the bum, I'm sure, in the future when we need the ammo. That will do. Just a squiggly line there. Make the map look nice, of course. That's what matters in this game. We do have the radar coverage over Guadalcanal, but we don't have it. We don't have any long-range stuff over here, so we're going to keep that out. What we're going to do is launch one or two Corsairs off of the Essex here. With nothing, just so we can use them as light scouts, long-range scouts as well. We do have 1.2 thousand kilometers of endurance there. Just send out a couple of those. No need to go overboard. I think we'll send them out like this. No need to go too far, as I say, like that. That will do for now, I think. So let's carry on. Okay, so we have been course out a little bit with our approach towards Santa Isabel here. We do have some Toryus about. Okay, cool. We did manage to think before we went into the battle here and have launched 12 Corsairs here. Should easily deal with some Toryus. We can see following planes though coming towards us, so this won't be it. So let's carry on and see that. Oh, lovely model on the Corsair though. Very, very nice indeed. Let's get rid of the UI there. I hope you're happy to see it. Beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Should make short work of these Toryus once we get on a good line with them. Fiddling about a little bit there. We might start losing people to their tail gunners if that's going to be the case. At least they're not going to drop their bombs to begin with. Yeah, smoky already on a Corsair there. Got a Toryu smoking, and we will start seeing the small arms from the Essex coming off soon, which is massive. There you go, look at all of that. Look at all of that. Just can't quite get on any of these Toryus, can we? Struggling a tad here. Get an early shot. No, he's just going to pass over us just too quickly there. There we go, that will do it. That's one down. Not necessarily easy though. Can't quite get on the right climb here with this. It's not letting us fire as we get close to it once again. Where's the second one over here? Gonna catch that? No, he's gonna catch a Corsair by the sounds of it. No. Few glancing shots there. Not fun. Have we changed orders? No, we haven't. That's absolutely fine. Just double checking we're all good here. Oof, nearly got us there then. Nearly got us there. Saying this should have been easy. Ridiculously agile, these Toryus by the looks of it, for their size. There we go. There's wow, that's a Corsair down. No. Very, very sad about that. Just really want to get. Really, there we go. Stray shot got that last Toryu. Can we get to this one now? No, not quite on it there. Let's reduce our speed a tad here and help with some turns. It's going into the small arms of the Essex, and that is a bad idea. Very, very bad idea. Look at that. Did he drop? No, he didn't. Brilliant. All down. We can go. We can absolutely go. But not for very long, because we do have all of these scouts and such coming in now as well. So I'm sure we'll be back in just a second. We didn't manage to catch sight of that Chitose in the end. We are returning to base. Not a problem. Just come out later again. Hopefully we've told them to go back to base, really. Yep, there we go. We have some Donryus now. Should be much easier than the previous attack. Just need to, again, not a lot of thought. Got 3 squadrons. That's 3 targets. Go straight in, attack them. Should hopefully get the one pass on there fairly easily if we do get the shots off on our approach there. We can see the smoke though on our Corsairs. Quite likely to lose 1 or 2 to the tail gunners if we stick around for too long there. But that is fine. Gonna wait around a tad. I've got the feeling actually that there's something else out here. Let's just form up very quickly with this group and try and scout out very quickly. We do have air radar on, so we should find stuff fairly easily if there is stuff about, actually. I think we'll be alright. We'll just have to wait, come out of the strategic view and get that straight back in a second then. Okay, so we've seen what appears to be a massive amount of Emily's on the strategic map. So we've launched even more Corsairs to deal with it. It is the usual group of 6 by the looks of it from the Santa Isabel airfield. No worries there at all. We have Corsairs to deal with it, of course. So we're going to get 2-on-1 over here by the looks of it. We have so many Corsairs to spare Let's say we're going to be doing just fine on this particular attack. I am more worried about the tail gunners once again. That will do there. This whole group can go for this one then. And then we can just start dealing with the massive line of Jakes. Very interesting idea there. We can just get one-on-one for the Jakes there. That's absolutely fine. We massively outnumber the Emilys there. So we're just going to take the time to fight these, get some orders out. So long as we get a decent line and decide to fire on the approach there, we should all be good. Look at all of these. Look at all of them. Deary me. Deary me. Should be getting right in there though. We are smoking on these approaching ones though, so we could well lose people to some tail gunnery here. Not quite a one pass either, so that's going to be tough. Not quite a one pass at all. You know me, I like my one passes. We did get rid of quite a few of them though, so should be alright with this. There's a training one here after destroying a Jake, I imagine. That's fine. That helped us out. Don't want to repeat of what happened to the Bogue, thank you. And the real threat is down, so now we just need to worry about all of these Jakes. I don't really want these to keep us scouted. Of course they know where we are anyway. But it's just so many. It's a lot of Jake. Look at that. Oh dear. It's nice of them to stay in a line for us though. Just need to go through them and charge through, get them one by one really, don't we? That would be a useful tactic there. Let's get some early fire out here, just get us on there, get started. How many do we have left? Should just be 2, including this one. Did not quite fire early enough at that. That's okay, it is only a Jake. Let's get someone on the back over here while we think about it. Just get a couple there. We should be alright to get this one here. We are on its flank. Excellent stuff. There we go, cool. Is that everyone before we retreat? 15 out of 15, brilliant. Well worth bringing on all of those Corsairs, I think. We would have spent far too much time on the Emilys otherwise. We can see what I imagine is Mavis is coming in now, so we shall go over to that in just a second. Okay, so even though the islands are in the way on the map there, we should be in range now to bombard this just before we come out of the cover of night. Let's see. Unload all cargo. Oh, that's the wrong button, but we didn't have any cargo anyway, so that's not a waste. I'm just being stupid there. There we go. What have we reduced? The airfield. Excellent. That's exactly what we want to reduce. I'm going to press that one more time. And so now a level 1 airfield. That means we will have far less Emilys. We'll probably be intercepted by some Emilys and some roofs on our way out. Don't have much long now, actually, before it's daytime again. So we'll be able to get some air engagements out there, follow us from the Shortland Islands, which is a much bigger airfield there at level 4. And they do have access to roofs and Emilys there. We're going to retreat though and rearm once again at the New Hebrides. Not a problem there. Having said that, it's not necessarily the Shangri-La that needs to recover, so we could keep that with the destroyers, which won't have used any ammunition, and maybe the light cruisers, just for a bit of protection there, because they won't have used any ammunition in that attack either. Though having said that, no, I'm reading AP shells rather than anything else. That's fine. Let's retreat back and we'll leave the Essex and such out, I think, to keep some air cover over here and send the Warspite and heavy cruisers back to rearm, I think. Okay, so it does appear that we are actually being intercepted by some sort of submarine here, and the weather is just terrible for it. Look at this. We're trying to look out, use our actual sights here, because our sonar just not doing the job by the looks of it, as it bloody shouldn't. It's taking quite a while to pick anything up, actually. It's rather worrying. Nothing on our bows. It's really obvious that it's making me think it's something on the back there. Crike. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. Okay, so you can go straight in, I think, and try and tackle that, because it's clearly going for the Essex. This is going to be far too late to make any sort of manoeuvres We absolutely need to turn around and just watch that by eye. Even though we can see it on the screen there, we still haven't technically picked it up with our sonar in the game, which is rather a worry. Our sailors are absolutely blind to this. We can turn our Essex around just a little bit like that, I think. That might do it. Look at the spread there. Torpedo beats, please. Is that... I'm going to abuse the pause here. Oh, maybe turn, slow down. Yes, slow down and turn just the other way a tad. Curb, you're curbing. And that. Oh, that is some dirty torpedo beating there. Some dirty dodging there. Oh my god. Look at that. We do need to worry about this particular ship now though, and that is not looking great. I've almost lost sight of the torpedoes. I can almost see them at the back, really faint. It is quite the worry. Not too sure now. Let's try and get the Atlanta and the Brooklyn just around. I think the Brooklyn's fine. The Atlanta, we're just going to try and break off and go the other way. I just can't see anywhere near that. Going to try and get the Ellis over here to come and help detect the submarine there, because we still haven't got a sonar ping on it. Still not. Look at how close those torpedoes are though. Look at that. Nearly lost the Essex as quickly as we brought it out there. Jesus Christ. Oh dear, looks like the Brooklyn's going to be safe, but the Atlanta, I honestly have no idea. I've completely lost sight of them now. Yeah, we're going to just play this by ear, try and use the binoculars just in case, but I can't see anything. Still can't see. We have got a contact in the water there. How that is still very deep though, and it's going out the way. We're going to try and turn into that, do an extreme turn, but at slow speed there to try and keep that sonar contact. And I think we can slow down with the Brooklyn now. Let's see, the Atlanta, still no sign of the torpedoes there. Can only hope really that they've gone past, to be honest. Try and straighten out there then if that's the case, and reduce the noise level. But the storm, the visibility generally, the high sea state there, we can only hope and try, to be honest. We're going to fast forward a tad and see what happens with that. Otherwise I'm not too fussed about just finding that and destroying it. I'm more worried about the fact that we are making this out safe and sound, I think. So we'll see about that in just a second. Okay, so a few days have passed. We're looking at actually getting into Guadalcanal now with our supply ships. But our bow fighters, once again, doing the usual patrols. We have sighted a Kitsukami, which is brilliant news. Although I would still say a tad disconcerting, because it means it bloody gets around, doesn't it? How many times have we sighted the Kitsukami in separate groups now? So many times is the answer. We are armed with rockets here because we were expecting really to find something lights. This is certainly lights. Rockets will do some good damage to the Kitsukami, and actually it's a very ideal target because it has basically no AA. Only has a couple guns to it. Go to CL, where is it? Kitsukami. Go to anti-aircraft, just a small radius in the centre there, with weaknesses to the bow and stern. Excellent. So what we're going to do is absolutely take advantage of that and take our time to come to the flank of it. And come around like that. If we go back to it, it does have 4 main battery guns which are not dual purpose either, so it does absolutely rely on just a few small arms guns there, which is brilliant for us. We should have our way with this fairly easily. Just going to tell our bow fighters to come a little more directly there. We don't need them to circle so far out, especially if there is no flak. Just coming around and watching them being with our penetrating eyes, of course, making them feel intimidated there. We are armed with rockets. We're actually going to need to increase our altitude there. Bit of a misplay there if we forgot about that. We could have completely whiffed our attack But now we're going to tell everyone to attack properly here. That will let us dive down to an appropriate altitude as well. Rather be slightly above altitude than so far below it when you're attacking. Can make a lot of a difference. Pretty much as we saw with our speed and such when we tried hitting the Zuiho in the previous episode with our lightnings, the bombs just completely overshot it because we did mix up our orders there. We should. Only got a couple hits there, which is rather unlucky. Does moderate damage as it happens. We are going to form up. Unfortunately, we lost the lead fighter there. Let's take off fire at will for everyone, actually. Like that. We'll come back round. And yeah, we'll tell everyone to increase the altitude a tad. Come back to the side here. Turn round. There we go. And we'll reduce altitude once again. And we can just strafe it from here, really. We're going to reduce our speed by quite a bit and turn straight into that. Not so bothered about down in the destroyer at the moment, to be honest. Just want to get the Kitsukami down. I think it will take far too long now that we didn't get many decent rocket hits at all. But the bow fighters, I will keep saying this, are ideal for strafing. Look at the firepower coming off of them. Look at it. Disgusting amount there. This is going to get an explosion. Perhaps a second? No, not quite. Perhaps not the best position for a strafe there, but getting secondary explosions there as collateral. I'm loving that. I do love me some secondary explosions there. So we're going to turn around. Actually going to come in from the nose this time. Double check our height isn't increasing. Excellent. Going to take a quick action report. It is heavy to moderate on the damage department there, and it absolutely should be. I mean, look at the fire on it. Look at the fire on it. We are going to try and reduce our speed once again and come in for an attack here. Massive shame we couldn't get any really huge rocket hits on it, but like I said, with the limited AA on the Kitsukami, we can afford to get away with this because the flak is non-existent, of course. We'll watch that very nicely. Hoping there's something nice on the bow there. Not necessarily, but that should hurt it. Absolutely should hurt it. It's going to make a meal out of this. It's on critical damage, but it's the fires we want to get up, and the flooding, of course. It's going to manually turn around. We are moving at full speed. So let's reduce that again, turn around, and yeah, coming from here for an attack would be brilliant. And there we go, not the most dignified sink there, but certainly one nonetheless. And that is amazing. How many in total is our sinkers now? 28 total sunk ships. It's mostly cargoes. The dominating campaign here. Not feeling particularly dominating at the moment. That Yamato's made a very strange disappearance, hasn't it? As well as that Hizem. We've been patrolling out of the Solomon Sea with these bow fighters continuously. We have these Corsairs out now in the open seas in the Pacific. Nothing has been there. Nothing has been there other than that submarine we caught. Have been skipping over our supplies have been caught by some Donryus and such, which is why we have Corsairs over here. We did manage to take down them. Skipped over that because if I'm honest, I think there's only so many times you can watch the same thing in one video. I'm sure you'll agree. So our goal now is just to land troops on Guadalcanal and see if anything pops up in the meantime. Okay, so here's one group which has made it to Guadalcanal. Let's instantly chuck some troops on there. How's that looking? Horrible? Yeah, absolutely horrible. We're going to need so many people on there. We're going to need so many people on there. So many boots on the ground. I have completely forgotten about our battleships and such over here. Let's rearm them. Brilliant. That'll bring up our Kingfishers as well as our main battery gun shells. Brilliant. Let's bring those straight out. Did get reimbursed actually earlier for our Benson, so we're actually going to get another destroyer up to help with them. I'm actually going to bring Fletcher because just a classic. I do like Fletchers. Can't go wrong. So let's merge that to help with those. And cool, they can go straight up over there. So now we are under cover of night. So let's just, yeah, those are coming out. So let's bring these second supplies over. Like so. Should be able to unload all cargo there. Still not looking great. Not looking great at all. We do have some spare troops and supplies on the Florida Islands. Maybe we can pop those over very quickly just to bide our time. Because that is horrible. We're going to need so many people. We're going to have to take everyone from the New Hebrides over there, which I think is what we're going to do. We're going to bring, like I say, the troops from Florida Islands over. Just a second. We will need to send some planes straight over to them. Which one is it? The AU supplies there. And they can go over and pop those on. Yeah, can we manage cargo from this distance? We can. I'm going to take as much as we can there. Try not to lose the island because that will happen if we take all of the troops off, of course. We bring some supplies as well. Leave it like that. Just come over. Just some minor reinforcements. That's just to hold our ground at the moment then until we get everyone from the New Hebrides over. So okay, and there we go. We're going to unload all of our cargo here. Excellent. How are we looking now? Not a lot better, of course, but that should be able to bide our time until we get over here in the next couple of days. So that's where we're going to leave it, I'm afraid, everyone. That's all we have time for. I've chosen the wrong selection here. Let's get some orders off before we forget. Come all the way down to the New Hebrides like that. But yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, we have time for today, everyone. Unfortunately, we couldn't actually find any large battle groups again. Now we've got our real power in the Essex out. They seem to be hiding, don't they? They seem to really be hiding, which is rather unfortunate there for us, to be honest. I'd love to hit something big now. I'd love that Yamato group to come round and take out that and the carrier. But we'll just bide our time. All we need to do now is wait. So next thing on the list is actually secure Guadalcanal and send our battleship group up over to the Shortland Islands to actually bombard that, ready for an invasion, and of course make sure we control the air over here just that much safer. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. It's been a real pleasure presenting to you once again today. But I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.